select qualities are those parameters by which we are assessing the candidates who are appearing for the SSB, so that we are matching whether they are having potential to undergo the training at the academy to shoulder on the responsibilities being an officer in the defense forces, right? Now, first and foremost thing is the first factor which deals with all the brain related activities. Okay. So now it also brings out the very important thing that फौज में क्या चाहिए, सबसे जरूरत वाली चीज क्या है? फौज में सबसे जरूरत वाली चीज है, whenever you are on ground, we would like you to take, certain actions to make out a solution on ground. Okay, so that is very important. So your practical intelligence is actually what makes a difference. So whatever your learning has taken place earlier, whatever you have learned in your theoretical, academic, or your awareness, now supported with that learning, how you are able to utilize those learnings while solving the problems on ground. Okay, so we are looking for those candidates who are bare minimally, who are able to understand the problems of routine nature which everybody comes across on a daily basis, and how effectively you are thinking about the essentials of those situations which is demanding a solution, and you are improvising a resource available to you to find out a simple solution, okay, workable solution on ground. So that is called as your effective intelligence. It is nothing but a practical intelligence. It is always backed up with your basic intelligence, that is in terms of your academic awareness or whatever the reasoning you are having in your brain, depending on your past learnings. Okay. Now the reasoning ability is when आप जब भी solutions निकालने की बात करते हो तो उससे, because you are actually presented with a situation for which you are asking, you are going for a solution, right? So in that situation, what are the essentials? What are the demands? So you should be able to understand those demands. Now you will be able to understand those demands. Now it now again amplifies what kind of grasping power you are having. Okay, how you are looking for the situations around you. Are you able to break down those essentials? Are you able to prioritize what is actually the situation is demanding? Okay, so that is called as reasoning ability, to reason out. Now, while understand the situation, what the situation demands, and then you are going for a solution by making use of available means. Okay, so now these available means, they are directly available to you, or you are able to improvise those resources which are actually with to be intended to be used in a different way. Then you are modifying their applications and making it adjusted to your requirement to solve the situation. So that is called as resource building. Okay, once you are able to identify the resources around you, and even your thought process, how to go about solving a situation. So this thought process and the physical resources which you're talking about, so how you are able to put use to those resources so as to find in a very efficient and economical manner, in a logical standing, and then you are aiming for the solution, driving the solution in a situation. So that is called as organizing ability, right? And the fourth thing, which is a parameter which also relates to a brain function, that is called as power of expression. So as a leader, a defense leader, you are supposed to stand before your people, before your men. You are supposed to talk to them, okay? And the confident you sound to them, whatever the matter is being discussed in front of them through you, you are finding a logical background of this and making it more interesting, so that even the people who are not in a mood or who are not interested in your talk, they will develop certain kind of interest, and they will be also at the same frequency when you're communicating with them. So your ability to communicate in a clear, concise, and in a logical manner with a confidence voice Okay, by means of confidence voice, I'm talking about the your ability to pitch up your voice whenever it is required and to modulate it, basically voice modulation. And then you're contacting through them through their eyes, okay, the eye contact. So that is called as power of communication. Now it is verbal communication, which I give an example. It can be a non-verbal communication also in a written form. Okay, so you should be intelligent enough to comprehend things. You should be able to have a good writing speed, right? In a clear manner. You're not supposed to write in a strained manner. You're not supposed to cut it or rewrite it, right? Because it talks about you're revisiting the decisions. So having a fickle mindedness. So that communication, let it be a verbal communication, let it be a non-verbal communication, you should be good at that. So that is called as factor one qualities, okay, which is being judged in the SSB through all these three techniques: psychological technique, interview technique, and the group testing technique, right? Now, after understanding the theoretical aspects, ये qualities क्या होती हैं, अब कैसे improve करें, ये सारी qualities सभी के अंदर होती हैं. Only thing is we don't pay attention, right? First and foremost, if you want to work on these qualities to come up to that acceptable level, we must have a lot of awareness about our surroundings. Okay, so as a responsible citizen, we are supposed to know about each and everything which is happening around us, right? Directly or indirectly, it is affecting or not affecting, it does not matter. But whatever the subject is there which is happening within the country or outside the country, you should be aware first of all. Whatever you are doing, those the routine work, whichever you are doing, let it be you are a student, you are studying, or you are working employment. So whatever is happening there in your field of activities, you should have a inquisitiveness, inquiring attitude to know more and more about those things. So this awareness has to be at a reasonable level so that you can apply and employ those techniques and ideas whenever you're looking for going for a solution on ground. Okay, till the time you are not having a awareness of issues on various subjects, you are not able to understand what are the how the thing which we understood the situation demands. So now what could be the solution, how the things can be applied to make a solution out of it. For example, no, I keep on giving this kind of example to students. If I talk about open that screw, so everybody will say, I'll put a next question that how you're going to open the screw. People will say pick up the screwdriver and open it. Everybody is going to say like that. But I am looking for those people who will say what kind of screw is this. Okay, so that is backed by your inquiring attitude, because after knowing what kind of screw is this, then only you can decide what kind of screwdriver you will be employing. Okay, and the screwdriver is not there if you are having that kind of knowledge that you can still go for a scissor, knife, or something which is of pointed, sharp, or we can even grind it to make it in a so that it can go inside the screw and it can open. You will be able to open the screw in absence of screwdriver. So that kind of practical intelligence we are looking for on ground for military duties, right? So and now talking about the organizing skills. So once you understand what is of great importance in the situation, like a lot of issues will be there, you are supposed to solve those issues. Now you are supposed to prioritize those issues. Okay, and similarly, once you are able to prioritize the issues, if the life, say for example, there are situations. One situation is life threatening, or it requires, it puts a demand on you to go and help a person who is actually who requires a help, because this is a life and death situation. So you are supposed to assign that priority, right? And now once you understand what kind of priority is to be given but to solve that situation, okay, with a lot of issues, then you are supposed to have a understanding that what kind of resources can be employed gainfully in the available means. So that is called as your organizing ability, right? And as in my previous talks also, I've been telling to how to go for it. You see, in SSB, uh, there is one mantra, like if you are able to do that, it will help you not only for the psychological testing but also for the interview technique and the various exercises in the group testing also. If you start reading a newspaper, okay, for example, so I'm not talking about a typical newspaper. It can be of any information which you are getting, okay, maybe on internet or mobile. So read that paragraph, right? Now it will create a awareness of the situation what you are reading, what information it is carrying. Okay, read it loudly. Now you're working on your communication skills. Okay, so in the beginning you will not be able to understand what is the matter because you are paying more attention on your verbal delivery. So the moment the day, say third or fourth day onwards, you will start having some kind of potential in speaking how the words should be pronounced, and thereafter you will say your attentions will be also diverted towards what kind of content you are reading. Okay, so that means you have got certain reasonable level of competence in there. And now close it. Okay, open your notebook. Those people who are not fluent in speaking English, they should again speak while writing. Okay, now rewrite the complete paragraph in your own words. Now time it out. Okay, initially don't pay more attention to the timings. You have to write it. So once you are gaining competency, again you can set a timer. So say 4 minutes, I'll write 100 words, right? So you are aiming for a lot of exams by doing this practice. Then stand before the mirror, close the notebook. Again, once again, whatever you have written based on the reading earlier, without looking at the written material. Now again, speak in front of a mirror. Say you will think that a lot of audience will be there in front of you. Now speak fluently, right, without any strained expressions, and in your own language, own words, right. And then after gaining that competency, yes, you are effective communicator, you are confident speaking in your own language, then pay attention on voice modulation and eye contact with the audience. So through this, you will be working on your power of expression. So both are being covered, the written part of it and the verbal communication also. So it is going to help, this exercise is going to help throughout the SSB, right? Now the relevance of these four qualities, which relates to your brain function, how they are being employed in the defense forces, right? Now, as you know, the defense forces, when we are talking about the environment, is very dynamic in nature. Okay, so you will not be able to predict exactly the sequence of the events, right? So you need to be prepared yourself for all kind of eventualities or any kind of happenings there. So you are already ready for all these things. So you will never be given a time, a reasonable time to go and prepare and then go for this, because enemy will not wait for you, right? So we are aiming for those kind of situations in defense forces. So if you are having, you are already jammed up with lot of things, your mind is very creative, you are having awareness of a reasonable level. So, and on ground, you are able to find solutions quickly, okay, in a reasonable time, without being indecisive or beating around bushes. You are precise. So these qualities are definitely going to help you while dealing with that kind of environment in defense forces. Now talking about the prioritizing of things, so there will be a lot of tasks. You need to be a multitasking person there in defense forces. So it is not that I'm joining that technical branch, I'm not supposed to do other branches job, or particular system I'm working, I'm not supposed to work on other systems also. I'm supposed to at times. So many times it will happen with you that the people are looking at you while you are taking a decision on ground. So maybe the subject is not that subject which you have exactly got academically you are prepared for this, or some training courses have happened, something is very different. So you are, as such, you are supposed to apply your minds with the basis fundamental of knowledge you are having, and then come out with a solution. So that logical deductions, okay, and then concluding things is a must in defense forces. So it will not be considered that you really don't know about things, you are cutting a sorry figure. It's not like that, right? And similarly, the communication, the power of communication, the more effective your communicator, the more confident you are appearing in front of your buddies. So they will pay a lot of attention. They will actually start taking your things very very seriously, and they'll feel connected with you, right? Right, other than thinking that you are authority and you're trying to dictate few terms. So that communication skills are a part of social tech also. So you are supposed to keep them motivated, okay, in Josh always and every time. So all these qualities are going to help you in defense environment also. That is why we are looking for these qualities in a candidate. In my last, decade experience, I have been observing. Though we are looking for these qualities in an average level, then also people are not having it at the average level. Sometimes the qualities are, the intensity keeps on varying. So those people who are actually who are not original or who are taking the trainings at SSB academies and all, so they think that whatever is being taught to them, that is the only thing, right? So we are looking for those people who are able to understand what is the logic of this testing, what is the basic purpose, and if you are feeling deeply connected with the basic intention of this testing schemes in the SSB. So then obviously you will find the creative individuals. So that is what we are looking for the candidates, creativity, right? That is of most importance. And most of the people who are not who are not outgoing, who do not have that much of social relationships, or who are not having a practical intelligence in terms when these people are holding themselves within the houses, they are not going outside, exploring the world, or as simple as that they are not involved in bringing the groceries, okay, negotiations, they are not bothered with the budgeting, the logics of the activities which is happening around them. So those are the people who are finding it difficult in SSB, because here the questions and answers, this is not the format which we are looking for. We are looking for application of mind. Okay, so what is the logic, why, and and we are looking for those people who believe in teamwork. So everybody, most of the people, we are they are facing difficulty because the outside in the civil world, the environment is competitive, and there is a self-centeredness among people around us. So it is the kind of teamwork which we are talking about is limited to say a team event, sports event, when we are forgetting about individual differences within the team, and we are making all the efforts channelized to ensure the win for the entire team. So that is a kind of teamwork we are looking for in the candidates. That is also being missed here, because till the time they are graduates, they are all working for themselves only, or they are aiming for getting good marks in their individual capacities. They are not in a sharing mode, and they are self-centered kind of a people. So they are looking for glorifications, recognitions for themselves only. Here we find different kind of individuals. Actually, we're looking for those individuals who are not bothered about a conditional effort. They are not looking for glorification, recognition of their efforts. But whenever they are told to be involved in some activities, they are just talking about the environment, and they are just finding themselves attached with the requirement, why it is given, and they are believing the teamwork very, very naturally. So that is what is being, a candidate should be looking for, and should be understanding what is required in defense forces. So that will help candidates in sailing through SSBs.